Hello, long time no see, as they say. Well, where do we start? There's a lot of stuff we need to catch up with. Um, First off, I haven't been out much, but I was out it would have been. I'm trying to think. Maybe, what date's this? Probably would be last month, about 4 weeks ago. So 4 weeks ago I was out Wednesday. It was quite a nice day. I think it was sunny. Kind of semi-blue skies, maybe it's quite similar to today. Bit of cloud in the sky, but not really too much. Went out on my bike. Not really the fittest. I've lost a lot of my edge. I probably didn't really have much of an edge in the first place, but I really need to trim my moustache. It's getting a bit long. But anyway, so basically went out Wednesday. Went home. I think I had a Chinese that night and maybe a beer, but that was about it. But woke up Thursday and felt absolutely horrible. Headache, joints were sore, and a cough, a coughy throat. So you can probably guess where I'm going to be going with this. Tested, got my little self-test kit. To be honest, I looked at it, and I didn't really. I don't know why, but nothing really clicked. It wasn't I'm positive. I just put it down and went on with my day. It wasn't until later my wife wasn't in bed yet. So I went downstairs, she was sleeping on the couch, and I said, "What are you doing? You're not up to bed?" And that's when she said, "No, you've tested positive." And I went, And even then, it was I didn't really think about it. So I went up and I says, "Right, what's a positive, what's a negative test?" And sure enough, one is negative, two lines is positive. So I had 2 lines, but at that time I didn't really think about it. So basically I was due back at my work. I was 2 weeks off at that time. I was due to go back to my work, which would have been the Monday. So this was Thursday. So I pre-contacted the work and said, "Look, I've tested positive. Probably not going to be at my work Monday." That was going to be a definite. I think the NHS now have 5 days after you test positive. After that, you're not contaminating, or you're not. What's the word I'm looking for? As infectious, and you can't go back to your work. But I stayed off for a couple of days. I just didn't feel right. In fact, I went back that Sunday, and I felt absolutely horrendous. I felt nausea and dizziness. Now this will come back in the story. Felt nausea, double vision, lightheadedness. And I just thought it was coming back the first day, and that was it. Midway through the shift, started to pick up, and I was okay by the end of the shift. And then the next week or so at work, I was just kind of a combination of maybe still being a little bit tired. Getting up and down stairs is tough. And was there just Saturday 6 days ago. I started my work, same scenario, early morning. Felt really horrible, really dizzy. Had to sit down because I felt I was going to pass out. Then got back up, done the rest of there's a door, you go down these two flights of stairs. Time I went down those and came back up, I was absolutely I just went in, sat down, wasn't comfortable sitting down, actually lay on the floor, and I was sweating. And then, bringing the van in, I was sitting down most of the time, getting up, booking it in, sitting down, booking the rest of the stuff in, sitting down. And then I went really cold, my fingers were ice cold, and I was just grey. I had no colour in my head, and yeah, generally just felt horrible. But persevered through it. Could have went home, but stayed on it, and started feeling better. It's kind of like a little spell where it's just for a couple of hours. So that's 2 occasions I've had this dizzy spell, and it is actually a after effect of COVID, dizzy spells. So I don't know really, it seems to be early morning I'm getting it. So it's when I wake up, I'm getting it early. Like during the day, I haven't had any. So like on my bike, for instance, I haven't had. Well, I've not been on my bike much, but I'm just keeping an eye on it. I'm just gonna have to be careful. I don't think I'm gonna get it like today. I feel okay. But that's COVID. So I've had COVID. I'm now kind of in the recovery stage. So yeah. So that was that. Basically, I've actually been planning going out the last couple of days. The tyres I've got on, I'm back on my Pirelli, my TLR SLs, which is super light. Now, I'm laughing because these tyres were basically, I think it's probably last year, I was coming back from a trip up in Irvine. I was actually out with my brother. Came back into Prestwick. Prestwick's just like 2 miles, 2 and a bit, 3 miles that way. So it's kind of joined onto here. So I was coming back in, came round a corner, and basically just this pop in the back tyre. And I felt the air brush against my leg. So I'd punctured the rear tyre, and it was quite a cut. Long story short, now I could have, if I was further out, I probably would have went for the inner tube. But I persevered with it, and it did semi-seal a little bit, but I had to keep blowing it up. So I rinse and repeat that, like God knows how many times I did that, but I did it quite a number of times in the journey home. Eventually we did get home. I think I put a stick in it or something like that in the hole, and that kind of plugged it a little bit. Right, I'll probably pause here because there's some idiots coming. I don't want them to know that I'm recording because I'll probably play up. So 2 seconds. Hello, right, back again. So obviously I talked about COVID there. So I've changed. I've been a bit late in getting some. I still haven't done my head tube. I haven't serviced that yet. But I have put on my summer tyres. So the tyres I'd on there were Pirelli Cinturato, which were, I'd class them as being my winter tyres. So I'm back on these bad boys. I don't know if you can see that. The Pirelli P0s TLR SL Race. Now the SL stands for super light. Now, probably, if I could rewind the clock, I probably would get the other, the TLR, the normal, which have got a little tread. These are, if you can probably see, they're basically slick. But the other ones have a little groove, a bit like the Cinturato tyre. Kind of when I was getting these, I liked the look of the slicks. I thought they were just kind of like speedy. But hindsight is a wonderful thing. But I probably would get the other one now, because these don't have the puncture strip in it. So they're really a very light tyre. But the caveat to that is there's the cons of that are basically they don't have much puncture protection. So I was running these tyres last year, and I was coming back in from a cycle. I was up in Irvine. I came back with my brother, coming into Prestwick, which is just about 2.5, 3 miles that way, just up the coast. I came around the corner and I basically punctured the rear, and it was quite a large cut. Don't know what it was, bit of glass, bit of metal, something like that. Basically, I actually felt the air blow up my backside of my leg, basically. So, long story short, instead of putting the tube in, if I was up in Irvine or further away, I would have put my inner tube in. But I basically persevered because I wasn't that far from home, and if you can get home and keep the tyre intact, it sometimes works better. The sealant did semi-seal it, but it was obviously quite a big cut. So basically, I got home, pumped it up umpteen times. Don't know how long it took me to get home, but I eventually did get home. I actually I think I put a bit of a twig in the back tyre, which kind of plugged it a little bit, and got home. Ended up buying these things called, I was going to say I forgot my saddle bag, so I'm not be going far today, especially on super light tyres. So basically I bought these things called Stan's darts, and it's basically a little plastic kind of hook, not hook, but a needle, and it's got these like feathers. It's like a vulcanizing rubbery material thing. So basically you just jam it in, pull it out, and it leaves the plug in. And that actually sealed the back tyre. Basically what I did is I cleaned it. I cleaned the cut, or the puncture. Right, I must have pressed the power button on this case. Right, anyway, yeah, you get this dart, you put it in. So basically, I cleaned the tyre. It's almost like I was trying like an actual like real life scenario where basically it's punctured. So I put it in. I think I put 2 in actually, because it was a little bit wider. Put the 2 in, let it seal, and then went out my bike. And it sealed, it was perfect. Didn't have any problems. I was cycling down the cycle path, and there's a road where it's covered in trees, so you don't really see much of the road in front. Basically, there's a big rock in the middle of the road, and my front tyre just halved it in 2. It was like a porousy type rock. I think it was concrete. I think it was concrete that was poured, and it was like base concrete, because the base was kind of bobbly, but it wasn't like solid. It was a bit aerated in a way. So my front tyre just halved it in 2, but I've got a bit of sidewall damage in the front. Went flat, couldn't repair it. I think I used actually a few of my darts, which I wish I hadn't used. Again, same scenario. I just kept pumping it up to get home. Eventually did get home again. I think for the rest of that summer, I think I used, I don't know if I put my Pirelli Cinturatos on. I can't remember. I think I put the Vittoria Corsas on actually. So that was like a test puncture, which was working well until it punctured again, and that ruled those tyres out. So basically, what I've did is I've actually repaired these tyres, and I think I've actually got away with it. But these have got tubes in them now, so they'll never be like tubeless again. But they're a really good tyre. They're so sticky. You know, they look really dangerous and slick, but they're just so fast. So that's my tyres on. I need to service my head tube, but I'm going to get that the next week or so. I'm not really like too fussed, as long as I get it done going into the winter again. In fact, I may even just wait and do it just prior. I don't know, I'll wait and see. But yeah, back out the bike. Not really going to go far. I'm thinking I might even just cycle up to my mum's, touch base. I've not been up at mum's since I've had COVID. But I'm not going to go far because I've not got, as I say, I've not got my saddlebag, so if I puncture, I'm kind of snookered. I don't even have a pump, so I don't really want to go too far. I'm not really too fussed about getting miles. I just want to get out, even if it's like 3 miles. I really don't care. So that's what's happened. It's been a long process. Avoiding COVID for all those years. I mean, I actually ended up going to Italy. Northern Italy. I went to Venice, which was in the heart of the kind of COVID outbreak in Italy. In fact, so much so that when we left Italy, they closed Venice the next day. And then I isolated for 2 weeks, even though I didn't have it. So that was my next door neighbour that I think got it and passed it on. So but there's quite an influx of it at the moment. You know, there's quite a bit of it going about. So, but that's that. But I don't feel too much like effects wise. I don't feel as tired or energy wise. I don't think. I think because I haven't really been on my bike as much, I've kind of lost that. As I say, it's a bit like a knife. You lose that edge. So once you get it honed in, get it sharpened again, you're back up and running. But I have lost a little bit of time. And again, I've talked about this before. It's kind of like anxiety of the roads, really. You know, I don't like the roads. I don't like traffic, and you know, maybe I just need to suck it up and get out there. But you do build up this almost like a thick layer of skin that you need to really like sand back till you get to a normal service. But yeah, but you know what? When I'm out here, I'm in my happy place. I'm like, you know, I've got a nice wee breeze. You know, nature. It's great, but You could just take all the cars out of the business. I mean, there's a lot of drivers that are really good, but there's a lot of them are just complete idiots. You know, and it's that anxiety that can be bad. So yeah, plan is, I don't know, I might just pop in, see my mum and dad, because I haven't seen my mum and dad. I've seen them briefly. They brought stuff for us when we had COVID, and I think she brought some stuff down from the loft. So yeah, I'm probably just gonna cycle along. I might try and go along the pier, but the pier's got a lot of sand build up, and I don't like getting across my shoes. Although I've got my cheap shoes on. That's cheap, fairly cheap shoes. But yeah, I want to get back into it. You know, I always miss cycling. When I get on my bike, I feel really good. You know, when I'm out, it's that period of getting all your gear on and getting out that door. But anyway, catch you later. Hello. I've actually forgot my glasses. I actually feel quite naked. It almost feels as if I'm actually double checking to see if I've got my shorts on, because there's like something really big missing. So, I need to trim the back of my neck. I just feel, I just got up today. I was out Friday. In fact, I'll probably post a video. I need to get the video edited, because I explain a little bit about my COVID and stuff. So, but just out. Came out early in the morning just because it's just empty. There's not that many people out. I'm not really utilising the space that I've got, because I wouldn't say I don't have the energy. I just don't have the capacity in my legs. Like, I feel when I get, like, before, you know, when you cycle, like, most days, you get that kind of a really good feeling where you're burning energy, but you've still got that little bit more in the tank. At the moment, I just don't have it. It's like, when it's empty, it's like, no, it's empty. So it's a little bit overcast, but it's 16 degrees at the moment, and it's what, 7:30? Yeah, just left 7:30. So just thought I'd come out and just stretch the legs. I don't plan on getting much. I'm probably just going to head back down. I'm not entertaining the hill climb. It's not a big hill climb. It's the Greening hill climb, which is just up there. In fact, this is my usual loop is along here, across the bridge there, up the Greening Castle, back and along the Alloway trek that takes you to Maple Road. That's my usual haunt. I've not actually done that route for a while, couple of months now. But I think I could do the hill climb, but I don't say I don't think it's wise, but I just want to go out. I just want to kind of maybe start putting miles on and going out like most days, you know, trying to force myself on the bike and get that steadily build that up that kind of resistance again, because I've lost a lot of my edge, and with the COVID, I wouldn't say that I'm like too badly affected with COVID in terms of that side of things. I would say like the dizzy spells and that are maybe a little bit worried, but I don't think it's really that bad. I've actually got my drone with me. I may actually I'm going to do some tracking shots on my bike just to see what it looks like. There's a little bit of rain. I got like the odd tiny spit of rain, but it's not really above us. There's some clouds that maybe have little bits of moisture in them, but it shouldn't be too bad. I don't want to put it up and... No, I don't think it is. But yeah, I'm probably going to do some test shots of that, just to see what it's like. The only thing I'm really paranoid about, my drones, I did have a bike bag, which I can put on, which I probably would do if I was taking it out and I was doing like, other stuff. I'd put it on my bike bag, because when it's in your back pockets, I'm always concerned about if you crash, you know, if you go down your back and you've got, you know, a drone, it's just going to get absolutely minced. So, but yeah, just out. These midges are killing me. I don't know if the midges are just flies. There's a midgie there. Oh, there's a midgie there. Yep. I think I really should get... I think that's a midgie. See it? Yeah, so midges are tiny. But midges will kill... They absolutely kill me. I can go out and they just go like a magnet. I don't think there's that many about. I don't see many in my arms. I can remember once we went out, we were away down Dumfries way, and me and my mum are really quite bad with midges, and we get out the car and I would say within 5 seconds I was already brushing my arms, hit my face, they just and we walked maybe another, I do think it'd be 30 seconds away from the car, and by that time I was like at my mum's and I was just crawling. I went up, back, let's get out of here, because there's a little stream going by, and in Scotland in the summer we can be really bad with midges and flies, especially with midges. Midges are absolutely horrendous. But yeah, plan is I'm probably going to test this drone a little bit and then just head back down into air. There's a guy over there taking pictures. So yeah, I'll do a little test piece, probably along this part. Get it up, kind of highish, because there's no... Down this bit's good because there's no like lampposts. Whereas if you go into the town, there's some lampposts. I may even go down the pier, go along there. Although there's some obstacles there that could be kind of bad. But this bit's good because there's nothing. Yeah, there's nothing. There's no lampposts. So I'll probably do that. So I'll get that up and running. But yeah, just nice to get out on the bike. I'm not really planning, as I say, I'm not planning on doing too long. I'm back to work tomorrow, so kind of Sundays, I've had really a couple of days off. I could have made better use of them. I did do stuff, but also you could do a lot more. But oh no, these midges are killing me. But anyway, take care. Catch you next time.